Hello everyone, this is Dr. Pooja Sharma from Team Pacer, and we're going to talk about something very interesting today. Now, when you go to a hospital, sometimes it gets confusing. Who can we ask questions to? What are the words that some people are using that we are not able to understand during participation in a clinical trial? So, today we're going to talk about who to ask and what to ask in a clinical trial. Now, when you go in a clinical trial, let's just go through what the journey is. A patient learns about the clinical trial. So, suppose you are diabetic and who wants to participate in a device trial, or you have a cancer and you have heard that there's a cancer drug that might be available and you want to participate in that trial. So, the first thing is you come to know about the trial. You could come to know from your doctor, from the nurses, from the Clinical Trial Registry of India, and I will request you to definitely see our video about how to navigate CTRI. And then you want to participate. You visit the hospital closest to you, which is running the site, talk to the doctor. The doctor tells you to meet a clinical research coordinator. This clinical research coordinator assesses, talks to you, explains the studies. You do some baseline tests, after which you are eligible, and after the eligibility you participate in the clinical trial. You have an enrollment, you have a consent, you participate in the steps of the clinical trial, you do the follow-up, treatment is given to you, results are informed to you, and you end the study and you exit the study. This is the regular patient journey if nothing untoward happens. What are the things that can happen, and how can you help the clinical research teams help you? Now, who are the people who are there to help you? The first and most important point of contact for you is the clinical research coordinator. He is the first go-to person for most questions. The second person is the investigator or the doctor who handles the medical and treatment related questions. Then third person is the ethics committee layperson or the ethics committee contact person who is written on your consent form. You can ask about your rights or consents in the clinical trial to this person. Now, what are the terms that you should know while you are participating in the clinical trial? Placebo is a word that doctors and researchers will use very commonly. A placebo is a substance that looks like a real medicine. So it will look like the tablet that will have the active product, but it has no active medicine. It only looks like that. Some trials use this to compare results. You may actually be in one group which gets only placebo. Many a times neither the doctor nor you nor the researcher will know who gets the placebo. So definitely ask your CRC or the patient, the investigator, the doctor, is there a chance that I can get a placebo? Ask them and understand that you may have received placebo in the trial. The role of a placebo is very important also for the researchers and the research. But you have to understand, are you open to receiving placebo? The second part is standard of care. Sometimes doctors will say that we will give standard of care. In addition, we will give new drug or placebo. That means whatever you are routinely taking, which is your current standard in the hospital or in the country, will be given to you, along with some new treatment may be given to you. So please ask, what are the questions you should ask when somebody says standard of care? Ask them, do I continue to take my regular treatment? So what is my regular treatment and how is my new treatment going to be different from my regular treatment? Will you ask me to stop any of my regular treatment? Who will pay for my standard of care or regular treatment? These are the questions that should be asked by you to the researcher, to the research coordinator, and to the investigator or doctor. A very important term that you should know is called post-trial access, and sometimes it is written in the consent form. Now, it's very important to note that not all trials can give you post-trial access. You must read in the consent form carefully, does this particular trial give you post-trial access? Post-trial access means that if the trial medicine worked and made you feel better and other people on the trial feel better, the product is still not in the market, so you can't buy it yet, but the study has ended and you were feeling better on the clinical the trial product, you don't want to go back to your old standard of care, you may still be able to get it. This is called post-trial access, in which the company provides it free of cost, the new trial medicine which is not even there in the market yet. So, but this is a question that important to note that not all trials will have it. Some trials, especially for chronic diseases, in rheumatological diseases or in cancer, might offer. Please ask that is this available to you. Very important terms that doctors use is a ADR, or adverse drug reaction, or adverse drug effect, ADE. These, for you, these mean side effect. It means you are unwell or have an unusual symptom after taking trial medicine. Suppose after the medicine you may have a rash, dizziness, vomiting, pain, swelling. These, what you should do in this case, call your research coordinator immediately. They will help you decide whether you have to stop or adjust the medicine. Report everything, even if it seems small. Sometimes research teams will give you a sort of recording document. They may give you a diary, they may give you a virtual diary in which you are supposed to put in what happens. So in case there is the smallest complaint, please put it, because these small complaints that you note today might be very useful for somebody else tomorrow when he's taking this product in the market. So for example, Asha joined a clinical trial. She had mild nausea. She didn't know, if it was because of the medicine or is it just because of her own disease. But she informed the CRC. She was part of the PACER team. She knew she had to inform the CRC. She informed the CRC, who arranged a doctor's consultation. They identified some derangement in her liver function tests, and this was then not only reported as an adverse event, but her drug doses were titrated, her medicine was given to protect her liver. So it was very important that even the smallest nausea that she thought should be reported. The doctor may say that it's not relevant, please, okay, it's okay, thank you for letting us know, we don't have anything else to do. But for your responsibility, please report it. Always speak to your team. Remember that they are a part of what your process of research is. So what all can you ask? And this is available the video is available to you. You can stop it and read it carefully. You can pause and take a photograph. You can even go back to the video again. What are the things you can ask? You can definitely ask the doctor or the CRC why you are being asked to join the study. What is the study about? What will happen to you if you join? Will you get real medicine or the dummy medicine, which is placebo? And we spoke about this. Are there any expected side effects or risks? What is the potential benefit or use to me? Will I get better because of this? Do I have to pay for anything? What is the standard of care? Will I have to pay for my standard of care? Will the trial help with travel, food, or some kind of a travel allowance or money? Can I stop the trial if I don't want to continue? What happens if I stop the trial? Who will treat me if I fall sick during the study? Who should I call if I fall very sick? Will my health details stay private? Who will be informed in case of a problem? Can I talk to my family before I decide? If I have some questions later, I go back home and I have questions, who can I call? Where will the study be done? In the hospital, at home? Where will the medicine be given? How long will the study go on? Will you get a copy of the consent form? Importantly, you should. And a signed consent form. What if something bad happens to me? Who can I call? If I am uncomfortable, who can I call other than the research team? Will I come to know the final results of the study? Has this been approved by any government authority? Has it been approved by the ethics committee of your institution? These are questions that I think you should definitely ask before you participate in any trial. You are an important part of the trial team. You are the reason why the trial team exists. Asking questions is your right. Your safety and comfort matter. Remember that these teams are there to help you. Don't hesitate to reach out. It is important to hold a conversation and not fight. Right? So don't become uncomfortable and then fight. Ask the right question from the very beginning. Right? So I wish you good and healthy participation in clinical trials of your choice. Please contact the PACER team in case you have any other questions.